Day 7. We have progress. Houston, we have liftoff. All right. This is really amateur hour. So, fuck me. Anyway, I'll get better at it. So, I didn't even turn it on. So, yeah, I didn't turn the mic on, and I didn't turn the receiver on. So once again, then I thought I was filming, and nothing happened. So this is going to be a lesson. Once my videos are so wonderful, how fucking shit you can be if you want to just pick up a camera and give it a go. This will just be a testament to you can start as the shittest video editor or the video recorder and the dumbest person in the history of video editing that doesn't realize that maybe you need to turn the equipment on before you can record. That's genius. But now we know. Look at that little fucking green line go. Boom. Yeah. Boom. All right. Success. Oh God. You know how spastic I am? After all that, I realized I didn't even have the receiver in. So I was wondering why that sounds so echoey. I promised non-shit videos, but still, it's fucking echoey. So anyway, if there's anyone watching this that knows how to use cameras and shit that wants to comment with some tips of how to use the Action 6, or if they're good at it, I am definitely open to some feedback. It's pretty terrible. Well, anyway, now my next challenge is editing on Apple Studio, Creator Studio, and Final Cut. That'll be interesting because I've been doing these on CapCut, and you could probably tell because they fucking suck, and on Canva, which Canva's not very good for video editing. But yeah, I got the proper software now, so should be really no excuses. I will get better. 90 days, baby. I will be like production grade. I will put YouTubers to shame with my skillful video editing with noises like boink and yeah. Well, today is officially day 7. I'm pretty excited. I've got my microphone, I've got my action cam, I've got the ho-hum. So that's perfect. I got my can of Milo, that's the microphone thing. And yeah, I've got this sick office set up, which is insane. So I've got, little Marshall speaker. Big screen, working away. Oh wait, what do we got left? We got something to work on. What do we got done? Sable reviewed, memory locked. Here's what's left. We'll just say continue. That's the thing with most AI, I don't even know what the hell it's doing. So we'll just let it continue. And then my main computer, Pinky's computer, 2 Mac Minis running, different screens, and then this thing connects to both. So I must say it's pretty cool. It was a bit of a disaster yesterday. The place that I went to move into was, moldy. I don't know how it got moldy, because it wasn't moldy when I looked at it. And it was a shitload smaller than this. Like, it was only 50 square meters. So they do call it the Kingdom of Cambodia. And I did want to be, I can't be the king of Cambodia. But I did want to be a part of the kingdom. So now I've got this place, which is crazy cool. So it's amazing that 7 days ago I was unhappy and I dreamed of a life of this, which it only took 7 days if I just pull my finger out of my ass and stop fucking drinking. Look at this nice view. So I'll just take you for a quick tour. Bathroom, that's nothing exciting, but you can see that the place is, it's pretty pimp. Main bedroom, a mirror so I can look at myself, I guess. That's a mess, gotta sort that out. Then bed, another desk, and TV. So all in all, lessons learned. And yeah, really loving this place. This is like my dream office where I can run 4 computers. There's more space than I actually need. Chuck that down there. And after I've been trying for like, oh my God, like a week of this to try and find some sort of editing software, because I'm sure I can work out how to edit. It's not that difficult, so I can make these videos better. But now after 7 days, I'm kind of sick about talking about drinking. It does come over me quite a lot, like yesterday. Oh my God, all I wanted to do was get smashed, because it took me from 12 p.m. until 3:30 to get into the small shitty room, and I kept my shit together and tried to negotiate with them to get this room for $1,000 US instead of $1,350, which is a lot for Cambodia. Like, you can rent something in Cambodia for like $180. Yeah, that's like super cheap. But for a decent place, like 500 to 700, you can get a place. This is $1,150, but really for the amount of money I'm going to save, because I'm not drinking, going out to bars, buying drinks for people, and like I go crazy. Like, I'll buy shots for everybody, and I don't know why. I just become spastic. And then yeah, last night I had a good chat with a friend. How happy I was. He's got his own addiction. He's addicted to weed. He just smokes and smokes and smokes, and he's trying to get off that too. So now he's kind of got on board and he's joining in, which is awesome. Because we've hung out a few times, and one day I'll show you some pictures. We have some crazy stories. I'm just glad to be off that horse. Like, I'm kind of putting it as the same as boxing. Like, you look at good boxers or good MMA fighters. Like, once you get into your late 30s, you hang up your gloves. And I'm not comparing myself with an MMA fighter, but my career as a drinker, I probably would have been in the top maybe 0.001%. I would have been a top contender in the UFC if there was a UFC for drinking beers. I did some maths on 12 beers a day, not including, 8 to 12 a day, so I just called it 10, not including weekend craziness. And for 1 year, it worked out that I would fill 99 bathtubs full of beer, which is kind of disgusting, because when thinking about the liver, I don't really care that much about my liver. I do, because it's in my body, but I care more about wasting my life. It's not about the health. It's about not getting this shit done. And now, just in a short period, I finally got somewhere I can focus, because I've been traveling since 2016, which is a long time. And most of that time, I've been working in little tiny desks and just never felt comfortable. It's quite hard to work from cafes or bars, or if you're sitting at home, it's quite depressing. Most of the desks are like the small desk in your room, so it doesn't really work very well. Now I finally got a productive place, and I think I'm going to stay here just for the fact of having a nice place. I've got a pool, I've got a gym, there's a cafe, there's a mini mart, there's things to do. I'm going to get on to start moving through step 2, not forgetting about step 1. This is at least a 90-day process, which I'm sure I'm going to have more hiccups. But as I record, I'm going to start to record. There's a whole bunch of shit, and it's easy to think someone's just a bag of shit because they just drink, but people don't really understand what they're going through. There's like even super famous people with all the money in the world become alcoholics. It's the easiest thing to do. It's just a bunch of habits that lead to your brain getting fucked up, and trauma and shit. Like, not everyone's had a perfect life. And 99% of the people just rather to push all that shit down, rather than actually dealing with it. And the reason you don't deal with it is because it hurts. It's confronting, and there's no shortcut to these things. So that's what I'm doing mainly over the next 90 days now. Well, I'm at 7 days, so I think I'm 7% of the way. Is working out why I did all of these things, and starting to think about what I really want to do, and retraining the brain every time I get some sort of trigger, to retrain the brain that that's not how we're going to do it anymore, and we're going to have goals, we're going to be focused, we're going to be organized, there's going to be things that we want to achieve. If I want to party, I've got to learn how to party sober. If I want to party, I've got to choose what that party looks like. I don't think it's going to look the same, because my party wasn't even party. It's just sitting like till God knows the clock at a bar, end up talking to some people that don't even remember what I say, or living in the Philippines for a decade. Partying is going and sitting on Walking Street in a bar with a whole bunch of bar girls that can't even speak to you. You get zero conversation whatsoever, but you get drunk, and I don't know, there's other addictions, I guess. But yeah, if you're lonely and you can't communicate in the country, like, there's probably one thing that affected me: 10 years of no depth of conversation. The people that I would talk to, like friends, I have friends, but they're all alcoholic friends. They won't call themselves that, they just think it's normal. But yeah, the conversations that they would talk about are simply about Walking Street, pussy, and bars. And I was running a business in the Philippines, building something, and I'd always run businesses, and I'm right into AI stuff. Like now you can see, like, this is a fucking nerdy looking computer. Like, this is all I'm doing, and I'm building this crazy agent mesh. It's something that's really cool, and I want to share this with others. I feel like I've got all the skill in the world, and I wasn't using it. So that's a long one, but I feel good today. I've woke up in a nice environment. I feel happy. It's not filling. These things aren't just buying things just to try and feel happy and replace them. This is paying a little bit of extra money to have something in life that helps contribute to where you want to go. And where I want to go is, I want to get to the maximum capacity I can get to. I've stopped, a lot of the problems I have is comparing myself to others, because I took a different path. My path was have as much fucking fun as I could along the way, and build wealth, but I've been up, been down, I've had it all, I've lost it all twice. Lots of money, more money than most people ever have, and I've lost it and been back to $50 in my pocket when I was 32. $50. Had to start again. So I've had those experiences, and then I never wanted to feel that way again, so I'm always focusing on the future and trying to save, and that just made me even more depressed if I wasn't saving. And then, like, at the start of 2025, I lost like 300 grand by being stupid in crypto. Emotions got to me because I was drunk. Anxiety, I didn't have a clear head. I had set some rules, I didn't follow them. And then you just kick yourself I've been kicking myself for 2 years about that, but now I just think about, like, if I didn't learn that lesson, well, how do you know what 300 grand feels like to lose? Like, if you want to become better at investing, I guess you got to go through the hard shit. I'm sure no one ever just started investing and picked up a Japanese candlestick graph book and just starts picking winners. It's like going to the horse races and just picking first on your first go and then picking it again and again and again. Just not going to happen. So anyway, this is my reflection of the day. So this is day 7. I'm going to get through today. I'll show you some shit around town a little bit later. But yeah, the plan for today go to the cafe downstairs, check that out. I got to go and talk to a visa lady now that I'm committed on staying more than a month. So I've got to make sure I don't become an illegal Western border crosser of Cambodia. That's the funny thing is, in Western countries they complain about people sneaking in, like America's like the Mexicans are sneaking in, and here the Westerners are sneaking in to countries like Cambodia. It's around the other way. Anyway, so I've got to go and get a visa, try and find a push bike so I can start riding around, try and find a butcher so I can buy some meat. All good. And then last night was interesting. I went out at 11 just to grab some food, so you couldn't sleep properly still. And bought some local noodles on the side of the road. It started pissing down with rain, so I sat with a whole group of locals, gathered under an umbrella, all eating. And they were quite chatty, and they were quite interested in what am I doing in Siem Reap. So we were having a chat, and I was looking at what they were eating. It looked normal at first, and then I saw them pull out a bag of like, I'll have to video deep fried cockroaches. I don't know what there was, but I went and looked at the shop. They got maggots, I think they are, deep fried maggots, scorpions, cockroaches. On the menu as well, there's crocodile. There's some weird shit. But anyway, each to their own. I guess that's the culture. I won't be eating any crocodile anytime soon. Anyway, so that's it for me. Talk to you later.